We have breaking news. British Prime Minister Keir Starmer says the UK will recognize a Palestinian state unless Israel agrees to a ceasefire. Last week, French President Emmanuel Macron announced his country will recognize a Palestinian state in September. Now, Starmer says the UK will follow suit if Israel doesn't move toward peace.
So today, as part of this process towards peace, I can confirm the UK will recognise the State of Palestine by the United Nations General Assembly in September, unless the Israeli government takes substantive steps to end the appalling situation in Gaza, agree to a ceasefire, and commit to a long-term sustainable peace, reviving the prospect of a two-state solution.
Foreign correspondent Tom Soufi-Burridge is here with the latest. Tom, Saudi Arabia and France are sort of working together to try to generate momentum for this support for a Palestinian state. Do you think the increased international pressure on that front could move Israel closer to a ceasefire deal?
Unclear, really. I mean, I think at the moment we're not seeing that any of this international criticism is impacting the position of the Israeli government. On the humanitarian side, yes. I mean, I think the Israeli government has now taken steps in the last few days, although I was just on a briefing with aid agencies and they say that it is nowhere near addressing what they say is famine playing out on the ground in Gaza. But I think it's an important move by the UK government. I don't think it was, necessarily expected that Sir Keir Starmer would make this move and basically say that he will, in September, like the French, recognise a Palestinian state. But he's putting a caveat on it. He is saying that he'll do that if Israel doesn't go for a ceasefire and also alleviate the situation on the ground. And he's saying that his move has been driven not only by the dire humanitarian picture on the ground, the images of malnourished children, of starving children and people right across the Gaza Strip, but also by, this. Also, he says he believes that the idea, that the notion of a two-state solution, Israel and Palestine, is at risk of disappearing. And he says those two factors together have driven him to make this move.
All right, Tom Soufi-Burridge, thank you.